Consider the definition of a tragedy. Were we to cut straight to the chase, we would say that the word denoted the concept of loss. The loss of what people held dear opened a hole in their hearts. It was not an event that drove cracks in the heart and rifts in the mind, not generally referred to as a tragedy. Yet what people individually consider important rivaled the stars themselves in number and diversity. Although family, friends, lovers, and the like were generally held in the highest regard by most, I knew, all too well, that some would feel not a speck of emotion, shed not a single tear upon their loss. Then how were we to define tragedy so it applied to all? In a certain book it is written that it was hardly what one lost that ought to matter, but rather the circumstances surrounding the loss. That having something broken, or stolen, was far greater a tragedy than simply misplacing it. Was that really true? In tragedies with a clear perpetrator, anger made for an easy way out. The sorrow of the tragedy might be forgotten through hatred of the thief, and could even grant one's life a goal in the form of revenge. Could such a thing truly be labeled tragedy in its purest form? I knew it was tough. That was a matter even someone as ordinary as me could comprehend, yet I would have preferred to plunge deeper into the subject. Man's psyche was a clever construct. It pulled a safety valve the moment it found itself assaulted by a storm of deeply negative emotions. Anger and sorrow would turn into pleasure, and if it exceeded that, indifference. The heart and mind attempted to regain their balance in some shape or form, and wounds were healed, albeit in a twisted manner. With that in mind, the unclosing fissure, the unhealing, ever-bleeding wound born of tragedy, what could such a thing denote? If indeed that was possible, then surely it would be being denied, from birth, the right to possess a single thing. Its grasp empty. As it was unable to take hold of anything, neither was it capable of losing it, a being that was born deficient, and would consequently never heal. An eternally lost child. I had dreamt of one such girl, and the cruel tale of her birth. France, circa 1793. There was once a married couple who lived in San Malo of Brittany. The husband was a well-built dockhand, his wife a beautiful woman of fair disposition. They were leading what one could easily label a joyous life. The fierce storm of the Revolution's ideology ushered in a violent shift in the citizens' way of thinking. The clergy and nobility were soon established as absolute evil, and the married couple, without questioning that judgment, accepted it as truth, indulging in blind, foolish hatred. They failed to remember that, in their time of youth, it was a certain priest's assistance that eventually brought them their current bliss. He was a clergyman, and therefore evil in the husband's mind. This plain and simple conclusion remained irrefutable. His wife a devout Republican, even more zealous than he. So devout, in fact, that she would station herself at the foot of a guillotine hours before an execution, busying herself with knitting as she watched the heads fall. Even as she was heavy with child and in the latter stages of pregnancy, she would nevertheless make her way to the gallows every single day without fail. The husband, her knight in shining armor, would continue to escort his lovely wife to her special seat day after day. The blade of the guillotine fell. Heads rolled. Blood, blood, blood. It wanted blood. After thoroughly enjoying that festival of madness, the two would make their way home whilst discussing the future of their soon-to-be-born child. They were a joyous, blessed couple. They were upstanding citizens, their sense of values typical of all respectable townsfolk in that era. However, one day, during the Messidor, the harvest festival, San Malo came to hold an execution of particular interest. The victim was a former pastor in the Church of Christ. The aged clergyman was well known among the townsfolk, and as such, everyone wished to see his expression as he rose to the gallows. Naturally, the good married couple was no exception. The wife stood with the crowd at the foot of the guillotine, her body racked with the intense pains of labor, yet she stifled her screams with heroic effort, waiting in anticipation for the moment the priest would climb the scaffold. The aged pastor was a father figure to the poor and needy, a holy man who earned their love and admiration, and yet he was the enemy, a figure of wickedness deserving punishment. His head needed to fall. and yet on that day the executioner was nowhere to be found. Such misfortune, the wife moaned with disappointment. Perhaps the executioner had fled at the idea of executing a priest of such virtue and benevolence. The Republican officials called for a new executioner from the crowd, yet the onlookers' hearts were so filled with sympathy for the elderly priest that none of them dared step forward. Were things to stay this way, the execution would be cancelled. "My love, I beg of you." Despite being shaken by violent pain, the wife clung desperately onto her husband's sleeve. To the foolishly naive man, her action was no less than a supreme command. "I shall do it." The wife, watching the gallant figure of her husband ascend the steps to the scaffold, raised her voice and broke into a beloved song of hers. "Blood, blood, blood, it wants blood. Shower the guillotine with drink. May the guillotine's thirst be quenched. What it wants is blood, blood, blood." Like magic, that familiar tune dispelled all sympathy from the crowd's hearts in an instant. A certain kind of joy spread from person to person, like an infectious disease, as the vile, bloodthirsty refrain echoed, its words sweeping across the execution site. "Blood, blood, blood, it wants blood. Shower the guillotine with drink. May the guillotine's thirst be quenched. What it wants is blood, blood, blood." Surrounded by blessings, the husband proved his love towards his wife, as well as loyalty to his country, by beheading his very own benefactor. It was an honor, a commendable act hardly worthy of shame. And so, as he returned to his wife's side and beheld the female newborn in her arms, he wept tears of joy. This child was born on a day of celebration. God has a duty to make her happy. Indeed, God would see to it. "Look how lovely she is. I am certain everyone will be entranced with her." Indeed, no one would ever forget her. Marguerite, the jewel of San Malo. The child damned at birth. The girl born at the foot of the guillotine. She came to this world with a mark resembling a guillotine scar around her neck, one that would never fade. Even as she passed her 10th year, she was still unable to speak. When she finally did open her mouth, what left her lips was the guillotine's refrain. Her mother went insane and died a madwoman. Her father was loathed as a murderer and met his end under the guillotine for charges of smuggling. But the girl herself harbored no sins of her own. She had never done anything wrong. For the child to suffer due to parental sin, that was but another facet of an ever-cruel world of injustice. Silent most of the time, the girl would only recite the guillotine's bloody refrain every time she opened her mouth. The moment she set foot outside, the entire town would fall into an ominous silence. Her tragic madness, the cruelty of her birth. Having grown up amidst fear, loathing, hatred, and isolation, the girl lost everything before she came to possess a single thing in life. Though she was healthy in mind, her dysfunctional feelings could not comprehend the meaning of sorrow. And so, her case was what one could call tragedy. A girl thoroughly abnormal, a complete outcast. There were many who plotted to bring harm upon fair Marguerite, yet all who touched her ended up decapitated without exception. She was under the guillotine's protection. Her curse would kill anyone that dared touch her. If we assume beauty to be fleeting and fragile, in constant danger of being trampled on, then her beauty was indeed no beauty at all, and yet neither was she hideous, but a vacant, empty void. Eternity itself. Following her parents' death, she roamed the streets aimlessly like a discarded animal, mindless of what to eat or where to sleep, yet never tiring, never decaying. She is no human. Hardly could we fault anyone for saying so. It was the logical conclusion of the matter. Cliched as it may have been, she was inevitably declared a witch, for she was inhuman and abnormal, with over 100 already having perished after touching her. Her life could not be allowed. Her past needed to be buried. And in the end, Marguerite was arrested and hauled off to the gallows. No one could touch her. Her treatment resembled the handling of a dangerous instrument, the process itself similar to herding sheep. Yet Marguerite did not resist. Had she set her heart on it, She could have slaughtered her captors with ease. So why did she choose not to? The answer is quite simple. The meaning of death and execution lay beyond her comprehension. To her, decapitation was a common occurrence, whether it was her own head that fell or someone else's. She could not tell the difference. And so on that day, she stood at the gallows, the very same place that once witnessed her father's gruesome duty, the place of her birth. Gazing into the faraway sunset, Marguerite, with a heart pure and untainted, began her song. The refrain of blood, the hymn of the guillotine, singing God's curse like a prayer. Those were her first, and as many had thought, final words spoken as a human being. But at that moment, Marguerite had an epiphany.
私はずっとここにいるのね。
The words remained eternally burned into their ears. The soul of a man, watching the spectacle for no particular reason amongst the crowd, was torn out of its very foundations. He was none other than Ahasver, vagrant once known as Saint Germain, in another time as Paracelsus, or as Faust, Rosencreuz, and even Magnus. This man, currently known as Alessandro di Cagliostro, was swept away by her very being. She alone remained free from the law of this universe, an exquisite soul, not bound by the shackles of eternal recurrence, one that would stay in the same place, even after death. If such is the case, I will move every fiber of my being to save her. I shall kneel before her, reducing my very being to that of a slave. For the Princess of the Guillotine was a beauty transcending words. Gifting her with an appropriate necklace is my utmost. And thus her sentence was carried out. Marguerite's life came to an end. However, the jewel of San Malo lost not a shred of its luster. She had been born with nothing to begin with. As such, not even the loss of her life could grant her death. Ever since then, she had been here all alone, singing endlessly in that eternal twilight, even to this very day. She sang the abominable refrain like an angel, her voice pure and rife with bittersweet beauty. I found myself angered. I wished to see the anger in her place, a girl who knew neither sorrow nor tears. If I didn't do so, no one ever would, and that thought alone felt beyond unbearable. I knew this to be hypocrisy on my part. I should have been minding my own business. But my heart ached at Marie's life. Why did this girl have to go through all that? What did she ever do wrong? If there was a god out there, he would need to be cursed in her stead.
やっぱりカリオストロとよく似ていますね。
We both found ourselves entranced by a girl feared and loathed by all.
あなたはあの人の代わりなんでしょ？
I couldn't deny that, no matter how much I wanted to.
ね、私の愛しい人。
How deeply did she comprehend the meaning behind those words?
これからは一緒。
Having borne witness to her origins, I could now focus on the battles that would no doubt await us both.
ああ、一緒だ。
There was no way I could have rejected Marie. And so I took her hand. A pact forged of sympathy, selfishness, and truth. I found myself stung with guilt. Just like that bastard, I wanted to save her, but the only way I could do that was by using her as a lethal weapon. Talk about a dilemma. So that said, I found myself imagining just how wonderful it'd be if I could give Maria a second chance at life once all this was done and over with. Chapter 5, Holiday. Morning, huh? This really was the first time in ages I'd woken up so normally. I didn't have a nightmare, nor did I not get enough sleep. Would have been a stretch to call this refreshing, but I did greet the morning feeling very peaceful. Marie, both the calamity slumbering within me, and a girl with a life laden with tragedy. I couldn't get rid of her curse, but I should have been able to control it. After all, now that I'd attained the Yetzira degree, I could give her shape and direction. Marie wouldn't be committing any indiscriminate killings, at least not while she stayed with me. She hadn't the slightest speck of desire to kill anyone. To her, beheading those in her vicinity was no different from breathing. It was not her fault she ended up like that. She was simply born that way. I'd never been philosophical enough to even consider one's birth being a sin.
仕方ないよな。
You couldn't charge a gun or a knife for a crime. Much like in the case of Kasumi, I, as the wielder, had to shoulder all the responsibility. From now on, I'd take things in my own hands and wield this curse in order to put an end to whoever was responsible. Reaffirming my determination, I decided to get up. Today was a Sunday, so I figured I'd take a shower to fully jolt my senses awake. As for how I'd spend the rest of the day, guess I hadn't thought that far yet. There was this, how would I put it? Strangely soft something pressing against my hand. What in the world was this? An oddly shaped human something lay on my bed. Furthermore, said oddly shaped human something kept on gleefully mumbling in its sleep. I must have been really damn tired. Last night was hell. Then I had this traumatic nightmare. Not to mention the thoughts of how I'd go about fighting those bastards swirling through my head. Bottom line was that I had my fair share of problems to comb through. So this hallucination, for surely that was the case, seemed awfully realistic, but that kind of thing happened from time to time. I'd accept it as one of the cosmos' many mysteries and go back to sleep. With that said, good night. So I closed my eyes, but get this, the hallucination refused to leave. In fact, it was quite adamant on clinging onto me. And why in the world was she naked? Just when I was about to jump up in shock, the hallucination opened its eyes. We spent a few minutes just staring at each other. She regarded me with a puzzled look, her pair of emerald eyes never once leaving my face. Then parted tiny lips to speak.
おはようございます。いい天気ですね。
Well, you could say that. The hallucination? No, enough of that. Time to face the facts. This was real.
マリー、
はい。
Why was she here?
その悪い。よくわかんないんだが。
これからは一緒だって言いました。
ああ。
Yeah, we did, but I was more interested in how this current state of affairs is physically possible at all. I wasn't go with the flow enough to be able to accept this with a wave of the hand and, oh, she's so cute, so who cares? Or, it's a miracle born of love, without any sort of reasonable explanation to back things up. That kind of fairy tale bullshit wouldn't fly with me. That said, even if I did ask her, I doubted she'd have an answer. So, if I were to force some semblance of logic into this, this is how I'd go about explaining it. I learned how to form my Ananerbe, which also made it possible for me to form Marie, the very soul housed by said Ananerbe. Explanation over. Which meant I should have been able to control at will exactly when she manifested herself.
レン、変な顔。
No doubt.
ちょっと寒いです。
Wait, no. Could she stop hugging me? Here she was in her birthday suit, no clothes, and no shame. A bit more fidgeting on her part, and I ended up seeing, for the love of God, she lived for 10 times as long as me, but seemed to be 10 times more the child. A bit of decency couldn't hurt.
あったかい。
Well, I tried. I I could have tried to explain to her how boys and girls stop sleeping in the same room after a certain age, but I highly doubted the wonderful values of our country would make much sense to her. Considering how she led her entire life without knowing the touch of another, mistreating her now would feel inhuman.
気持ちいいねレン。
And I would have really appreciated that she kept those oh so easily misunderstood phrases to a minimum. By the way, I figured I'd...
キュッてして。
了解。
It'd be best to give in to her demands. She might end up going back into the Ananerbe if I pleased her.
くすぐったい。
Yeah, could she cut me some slack over here? This was no different from patting a lost child on the head, nor would it cause any perverse thoughts to bubble on the surface of my... Well, maybe the last part wasn't completely true, but I was doing my best.
なあ、ってわけで、あんまりゴソゴソ動かないでくれ。
どうして？
男もいろいろと大変なんだよ。
男？
Marie gave me a confused look, then slid her hand down my chest.
ない。
Well, duh. Oh, hold up, for the love of God. That hand needed to stay where it was.
うるさい。
First a visual hallucination, now an auditory one. Great. Fantastic. To make things worse, it was a voice I really wished I hadn't heard.
ご飯は後で作るから。もうちょっと寝る。
Okay, reevaluation of the situation was clearly in due order. Marie was right in front of me. Whether she came out on her own accord or was me who formed her, it didn't matter. Bottom line was that I had a stark naked lady and sharing a bed with me. And behind me...
日曜なんだし、のんびりさせてよ。
was Kasumi, lying prostrate on my bed, saying stupid things in her sleep. What was this? Bizarro Suahara? Put inside Marie for a second. Why was she here?
What?
Ah. Right. I must have passed out last night in Kasumi's arms. And so that word watched over me through the night. I truly felt blessed to have a childhood friend like her. Here I was, the luckiest guy in the world. Sure, but right now, that kindness of hers had just put me up shit creek.
マリ、
There'd be a bloodbath if Kasumi saw this.
頼む。今すぐ消えてくれ。
消える？
そう、戻ってくれないか。できるだろ？ほんと、マジでお願いする。
レン、何を言ってるのかわからないよ。
いや、つまりさ。
You're basically a spirit, so can't you just appear and disappear at will?
だから、うるさい！
Shit, I think we had just awoken the dragon. I, didn't realize she could make that kind of sound. Basically, this is what she had just witnessed. Me with my shirt boldly unbuttoned, and a young blonde girl clinging onto me, her hand resting upon my exposed chest. Yep, no way in hell I was getting out of this. No further explanation needed.
あんた何がじゃあばっけか怖い！
I had no clue what the hell she was saying.
変な人がいますね。
Said the pot to the kettle. Anyway. Kasumi shot a vicious glare at me, accompanied by a highly ominous background music.
な、
うん。
なんで俺、正座させられてんだよ。
自分の胸に聞いてみなさい。
She really had blown her fuse, no doubt about that.
あんたってやつは本当に
Couldn't exactly blame her though.
桜井さんと付き合ってるくせして私にあんなことしたと思ったら今度は見ず知らずの外人さんをかどわかしてくるなんて一体どうしちゃったのよ。そりゃ昔からちょっと感じ悪かったし変なやつだし何考えてるか分かんないところはあったけど少なくともいい悪いの区別くらいはついてると思ってたのに。
So basically she believed I was the scum of the earth. The lowest of the low, the sorriest excuse for a guy. In short, a threat to all womankind.
それでもう一回聞くけど、あの女の子いつどこから連れてきたの？答えられないような筋から引っ張ってきたんか、この腐れ毛が！
だからちょっと待てよ。
待たない。そういやあんた白と一緒でもともとチンピラ属性なの忘れてた。今でもたまに怒ったら口調がベラン名になるもんね。おうおう姉ちゃん、いい体しとるやないけ。なんやったらわしんとこ来えへんか。朝までヒーヒー言わせたるで。とかなんとか言って連れ込んだんでしょ、このアクト。
言ってねえよ。
Besides, that was totally not how street punks talked.
だいたい昨日の夜は俺が先に落ちたんだぞ。その後お前がずっと枕元にいたってのに、どうやって姉ちゃんかどわかしてくるんだよ。
そう言われると確かにそうね。
お前部屋の鍵閉めてたか？閉め忘れたんだな。つまりそういうことだろ。
でもなんで裸なのよ。
こっちが知りたいわ、そんなもん。
Anyway, guess I just let my ass off here. Not gonna let a chance like this slip by.
じゃああの子は裸でフラフラ外歩いてて、たまたまこの部屋の鍵が開いてたから侵入して、あげくあんたのベッドに潜り込んできたって言いたいわけ？
残念ながらそれしか考えられないようだ。
人事みたいに言うなバカ。ありえないもん、そんなの信じらんないもん。絶対あんたがよからぬことをやったに決まってるんだもん。
そう言われても俺には何もわからないんだもん。
だから真面目に話を聞かんか。
She grabbed my sleeve and tried to jerk me around, but that wouldn't change a thing. I seriously couldn't come up with any other excuses.
なあかすみ、少し考え方を変えてみよう。例えば刑事が泥棒をトイレの個室に追い詰めたとする。いわゆる袋のネズミ状態だ。
それで？
それで刑事は鍵のかかったドアを蹴破り個室に突入するんだが、そこに泥棒はいなかった。
知らないわよ、そんなの。
いや、ちょっと真面目に考えろ。割と大事な発想だ。
天井に穴開けて出て行ったとかじゃないの？
違う。天井は刑事からも丸見えだ。当然窓なんかもない。
じゃあ無理じゃないの。っていうかあんた一体何が言いたいのよ。
だから常識に縛られるなっていうことだよ。一見ありえないようなことでも他に答えがなければそれが真実。ちなみにこのケース、泥棒は水栓から流れていったっていうオチな。
めちゃくちゃ言ってんじゃないわよ、スカポンタ。そんなことできるわけないでしょ。
でも他に答えないだろう。じゃあ何か？お前は夜中に俺が抜け出して姉ちゃんさらいつつあれやこれややってる最中全然気づかずに寝てるほど鈍いのか？剣道やってる割には勘が働かないんだな。はっ、
ふっちー。
プリーン。
たまきた、表出ろこっちくそー。
Damn it, I was all out of options. Yeah, I shouldn't have expected my lies to keep on fooling people forever. In which case...
レンをいじめないで。
Stop bullying Ren.
それじゃあマリーちゃん、本当に変なことはされてないのね。はい。
A truly bizarre scene unfolded before me.
私の大事な人にレンがとても似てるからずっと話したいと思ってて。それで昨日ついにやってきちゃったって？はい。
Well, she was technically telling the truth, though I couldn't tell if she was just trying to cover for me, or if this was just how she normally behaved.
じゃあどうして名前知ってるの？
表札見たんじゃないのか？
あんたは黙ってなさい。そうなの？マリーちゃん。はい。
The former, huh? But she didn't seem that quick on her feet, nor did communication appear to be her strong point, so it was probably best I didn't let her say any more.
だいたいなんで裸だったの？服は？
聞いてやるなよ。女の子だぞ。
私だって女だもん。
じゃあ察してやれよ。事情があるんだろ。 それよりその服かわいいな。
本当私の趣味がいいからね。
ああ、お前には苦しいほど似合わないだろう。
なに、あんたいい度胸してるわね。
事実だ。
The clothes Marie was wearing came directly from Kasumi's wardrobe, but a gothic Lolita outfit like that would only look nice on a foreigner. On a Japanese girl, it would just feel out of place.
それこそ氷室先輩くらいじゃないと服に負ける。お前じゃな。
腹立つ言い方するわね、この男は。私だってそれくらい分かってるわよ。だからお蔵入りしてたんだし。で、どうするの？
どうするって？
この子の処遇、まさかほっとくわけにもいかないでしょ。
ああ、それ。
Well, we couldn't just hand her over to the police or something, but what then?
あんたまさかここに住まわせようとか思ってるんじゃないでしょうね。
そりゃ四郎の部屋が空いてるしな。
そんなのダメに決まってるでしょ。こことあの部屋穴で繋がってるんだよ。
お前の部屋だって繋がってるだろ。
私はいいの。
You've made yourself pretty involved already.
だいたいどのみち穴は塞ぐって言っただろ。お前も昨日は了承したことだろうが。
それはそうだけど、でもダメだからね。桜井さんが怒るじゃない。
ああ、それね。
I knew I was getting my just desserts here, but man, did I just say something really stupid again?
私は迷惑ですか？
両親が痛まないか、かすみ。
うるさいわね。だからってそれとこれとは違うのよ。日本国憲法は偉大なのよ。
俺は9条あたりそろそろ改正した方がいいと思うんだけど。
あんたの野蛮な理屈なんかどうでもいいのよ。とにかくこの子は叱るべきところに連れて行かないと。私レンと一緒にいたい。かすみは私のことが嫌い？いや、そんなことは。他に知ってる人がいないの？
What was up with Kasumi today? She'd been adding new sounds to her repertoire at a staggering pace.
なんなのかな、このでかい。一番まともなこと言ってる私がまるで悪者みたいにされちゃってますよ。これはどうしたらいいのかな。
I chose to keep my mouth shut.
かすみ、お願い、意地悪しないで。
Kasumi's trembling began to reach a point where she was starting to look more and more like a person with a condition. I unconsciously tried to hide Marie behind me, but...
ごめんなさい、お母さん、もう私ダメです。
Kasumi tackled her to the ground at full force.
ちょっと、かすみ。いやー、もうダメよ、そんな子残ったらかわいすぎ。ねえねえねえ、あのやつほっといて私の部屋おいでよ。お菓子あるよ、ケーキあるよ、服とかもういっぱい
あるある、うるせえよ。中国人かお前は。
あるよ。うるさいバカ。あんたは隅の方で体育座りでもしてなさい。それよりマリちゃん、どうかな、私の部屋来ない？
Kasumi's borderline sexual harassment left Marie thoroughly confused, flabbergasted even. Well, having someone be this clingy with her must have been a new experience given her history. Horror struck me for a moment before realizing that there seemed to be no harm in anyone else touching her so long as I held the reins. In which case, all these shenanigans might end up being a nice change of pace for Marie as well. She went through life forlorn, unable to possess a single thing. So even as a farce, letting her experience of mundane, day-to-day life could turn out well.
ちょっと、何和んだ目でこっち見てんのよ。あんた変な趣味あるんじゃないの？
お前が言うなよ。だいたい日本国憲法はいいのか、優等生。
問題なし、可愛いは正義。
そうか。
Revising laws without any guiding principles had its limits, you know. In her case, stupidity as justice would have been a million times more apt.
レン。
ああ、ちょっと我慢してろよ。すぐ終わるから。
Kasumi's off-kilter insanity wouldn't last forever either way. And just to back up that very thought of mine, Kasumi climbed off Marie, seemingly satisfied for the moment.
まあ、なんか取り乱しちゃってごめんなさい。で、マリーちゃん。はい。とりあえずしばらく私の部屋で寝泊まりしなよ。でもいつまでもってわけにはいかないから、国のご両親とかと連絡取らないとダメだよ。両親？
それは分かったから、ちょっとその髪なんとかしてやれよ。ボサボサになってるだろ。
そうだね。ごめん。じゃあマリちゃん、私が可愛い頭にしてあげる。
Well, it kind of felt like I just sort of built this crap on heaps and heaps of forced logic, but whatever. Seemed like she bought it for now.
でさ、なんでこんなことになってんだよ。
The Suahara City Sightseeing Tour was the name of the little excursion Kasumi had planned out for us.
別にあんたはついてこなくてもよかったんだよ。
そういうわけにもいかないだろう。
I had no idea what would happen to Marie if I left her unattended. With yesterday's incident in mind, I couldn't just allow these two to wander around on their own. I should have set my heart against this, and I tried to, but...
かすみ、あれ何ですか？
This girl, she looked at me like a little kid just begging to go outside.
あれはスワハラタワー。地上180メートルの展望台があって。私、登ってみたい。やっぱり？
Marie looked like she was having fun. I didn't know what level her emotions functioned at, but she was already giving me a somewhat different impression compared to how she acted in my dreams. Perhaps her connection with me had made her more human-like. In that case...
マリちゃんは空いてるけど、どうする？
じゃ、登ろうか。
I felt we should use this day off for Marie's sake, at least for a little while longer. That'd be my way of apologizing. I knew we had no choice, but I felt obligated to do so. After all, I was the one dragging her into this battle. And my manly stubbornness played a part in that too. I was not like that Cagliostro freak. I didn't intend to use Marie just to fulfill my own goals. I drew a line between myself and the likes of him. I was different from Mercurius. Well now, can you truly declare that with utmost confidence?
おお。
Marie's eyes went wide when she gazed at the scenery from the observation deck.
レン、あれ何ですか？
遊園地。でっかい遊び場だよ。行ってみたいか？
それでどんなものがあるんですか？
だな。
Might be difficult to explain with words alone.
マリ、ちょっとこっち。
I gestured her over to one of the tower viewers. I put a coin into the device, leaving it available to use.
ここを覗いて。
うわー！レン、ここすごいのが見えます。
っていうか、手伸ばしても届かないから。
どうして？
これは遠くのものを近くで見えるようにする道具なんだよ。割と昔からあるものだと思うけど。
私初めて見ました。レンはお金持ちなんだね。
いや、別に俺のものってわけじゃないし。
じゃあどうして使えるの？
Guess she didn't understand the idea of renting public property.
まあそれはいいだろう。で、遊園地はどう？
大きい時計みたいなのが回ってます。
時計？
丸いの、小さい箱がいっぱいついてて、そこに人が乗ってます。
ああ、観覧車ね。
観覧車？
遊覧って意味わかるかな。要するに景色を楽しむ遊びのこと。簡単に言うと、この展望台が動くみたいな。
私行きたい。観覧車乗りたいです。レン。
そう。
She seemed to once again showing great interest in something quite trivial, but seeing how the amusement park wasn't that far away, I figured we might as well make a visit.
なあ、お前はどう思う？
私？
他に誰がいるんだよ。
Besides, what the hell was she even doing?
遊園地は別にいいけど、観覧車はこうなんていうのかな。他にもジェットコースターとかフリーフォールとかバイキングとかああいうのはやめた方がいいと思うのよ。
なんで？
It wouldn't be much of an amusement park without any of those. Would be boring as shit, in fact.
だって危ないじゃない。マリちゃんに何かあったら。レン、早く行こう。私観覧車乗りたい。
こう言ってるけど。
だからダメなものはダメなの。人の世は危険がいっぱいで常に7人の敵がいるの。
わけわかんねえよ。
Besides, you didn't see many locals using the city's amusement facilities like this tower or the amusement park. In that sense, didn't that mean that neither her nor I would have gotten the chance to go had it not been for Marie?
かすみ、なんでそんなところにいるの？こっち来て一緒に遊園地見よう。そんなこと言われても。
お前もしかして。
違うもん。私はただ人より想像力が豊かなだけで。
つまり高いところが苦手なわけだな。
Looked like I hit the nail right on the head. Still, I never knew she had a weakness like that. Childhood friend or not, how come I never noticed it up until now? Perhaps I was just being thick-headed. Still, it felt odd.
とにかくそういうのはまた後にして。お腹減ったから何か食べようよ。ほらマリちゃん、下のレストランに美味しいものがいっぱいあるから。
レストランはここにあるだろ。下のはただの軽食。
うるさいバカ、いらんこと言うな。ほらほらマリーちゃん、これ美味しそうじゃない？一緒に食べようよ。
Kasumi pointed at the menu on the pamphlet as she did her best to avoid getting closer to us. Well, as long as Marie liked it, I'd be fine with whatever, but...
よっしゃ、決まりね。
I kind of felt like a father accompanying his kids. Wait.
どうかしたのレン？
いや。
I could have sworn it felt like someone was watching me for a second. Was my mind just playing tricks on me? At the very least, it was not them. If it were, my decapitation scar would be aching. Then who?
レン？話聞いてる？
Could this have been an effect of mastering formation? Either way, my sight, or rather all of my senses, had sharpened to mind-boggling inhuman levels. I'd yet to get used to this, so I couldn't tell for sure, but for the time being, I figured it'd be best for me to stay vigilant. I was trying my best here. With two girls flanking me, I had to ensure their safety by whatever means necessary. But from what I could see, there was a certain something else I had to keep an eye on.
だから水。
ほら。
ありがとう。
いやお前、どれだけ空気だよ。
なんで負けられないじゃない。
ほら。
ありがとう。
This was giving me a headache. Resting right in front of me were two jumbo-sized parfaits, and I couldn't help but find a perversion of nature. You could have had it for free if you ate the whole thing within a half hour, but this thing was clearly not built for human stomachs. And yet Marie...
美味しいです。
kept munching away at her jumbo parfait with an unruffled expression, her cheeks stuffed like a squirrel's. Kasumi likely took that as a challenge. She began devouring her own parfait at mock speed, regardless of the time limit.
なあ、
まあね。
もうそろそろそのムグムグとかモグモグとかやめないか？すごいつまんないんだが。
つまるつまらんの問題じゃないでしょ。私が負けてもいいっていうの？
そもそも勝つとか負けるとかの話じゃないだろう。なあマリー、もうちょっとゆっくり食べよう。時間オーバーしても俺が金払うから。
今年のは？
お前は自分で払えよ。
なんでよ。
金持ってるだろ。
なくした。
嘘つけ。
なくしたの。
子供みたいなこと言うなよ。
私は。
ああ、マリーはいいよ、気にしなくて。
ひいきだひいき。いじめかっこ悪いね。がっかりだね。
金持ってるやつに自腹切らせようとして何が悪いんだよ。
Besides, I was clearly the one getting bullied here. A store clerk shot a pitying look in our direction. One of those jumbo parfaits cost 70 yen, so a total of 14,000 yen for two. That was simply unacceptable for food like this. So if you're not aware, 70 bucks each, and then 140 for two. Ouch.
分かってるわよ。冗談だもん。そんな嫌そうにしなくてもいいじゃない。でも私本気でお金払う気ないからね。絶対時間内に完食してやるんだから。
So then one other thing I need to point out real quick is I am using conversions into roughly American dollars. I'm assuming most of the people watching this are English speaking, and the majority of those probably being American, so that would be the currency at hand. Otherwise, I could actually look into doing euros, pounds, Canadian bucks. Not the last one, but the other ones would be options, I guess.
自分でケツ取る気なら俺も文句はないけどな。
冷たい。
あ？
麺は最近冷たいよね。
Sulking wasn't going to change anything.
いいもんいいもん。彼女いるくせに他の子にも色目使うような男はいらないもん。あんたなんか桜井さんに締められちゃえばいいんだ。
Well, I was planning to make sure it never got to that.
二人とも喧嘩しないで。これあげるから。
いや、それはマリーのだから俺たちが食べちゃダメなんだよ。
Besides, I wasn't a huge fan of sweets either way.
そうなの？みんなで食べた方が美味しそうなのにね。
おい、ここで抱きついたりするなよ。
しないわよ。でもこうマリーちゃん見てると自分がとてつもなく汚れた人間に見えてくるっていうか。レンなんかドス汚れてるよね。
余計なお世話だ。
喧嘩しないで。
ああ、ごめん。
Now I was really starting to feel like I was out with my own kid. Kasumi and I promptly exchanged glances.
こういうのって初対臭いっていうのかな。
多分。
初対？
Marie looked at us in surprise.
じゃあレンとかすみは夫婦なんですか？
お前吹くな。
だって
おい、もう10分しか時間ないぞ。
いけない。こんなことする場合じゃなかった。マリーちゃんラストスパートするよ。はい。
And in the end,
ねえレン、お金貸して。
I sort of figured it'd turn out this way.
この間無駄遣いしたから今月きついの。
分かったよ。
My choker was probably part of that wasted money, so I ended up paying for the whole thing in the end. My only salvation was...
美味しかった。また来ましょうね。
that Marie finished her parfait right within the time limit.
そんなに痩せてるくせに。
Seriously, where did those 6 kilograms of jumbo parfait disappear to? Perhaps her stomach was connected to some sort of bizarre parallel dimension. So 6 kilograms... This is, I think, 2.2 kilograms in a pound? Or is it the other way around? 1 kilogram is 2.2 pounds, I think. Whoa! Damn! So they seriously just eat 12 pounds of ice cream? I gotta be doing that wrong.
じゃあ次はどこに行くんですか？
Either way, she seemed to be enjoying it, and that was what mattered the most.
ああ、もしもし。そう。なんかよくわかんないラブコメやってるけど、彼の方は結構油断ならないね。っていうか、鋭すぎ。後ろに目があるんじゃないかと思ったよ。そりゃ私だってプロじゃないから仕方ないかもしれないけどさ。向こうは完全に素人でしょ？普通、自分が尾行されてるかもって発想自体出てこないと思うんだよね。やっぱりあれかな。あんたの言う通りかもしれないよ。うん。とにかくそんなわけで、結構神経すり減らしてるわけよ、私は。よかったらこう、何かねぎらいの言葉っぽいのをかけてくれない？あっそう。すっごい感激。やる気がめっちゃくちゃ湧いてくるわ。私も一応、面が割れてるのを忘れてるんじゃないでしょうね。そりゃあ向こうが覚えてるかどうかは知らないけど。あんたのそういう、妙な演出にこだわるところ、なんとかしてよ。友達だったんなら、スパッと会って話つければいいじゃない。まあ、それはそうだけど。はあ、うん。はいはい。わかったわよ。じゃあそういうことで。あんたは本当にいいんだね。了解。それじゃ、シロ。あんたの彼氏連れて行くから、せいぜいおめかしして待ってなさい。
And in the end, we walked around town until the sunset, which, as one might imagine, was pretty damn tiring. Kasumi, for one, was totally beat.
だいたい二人とも体力ありすぎなんだけど、あれだけ歩き回ったのになんで平気な顔なのよ。
なんでと言われても。
かすみは疲れたの？ちょっとさすがに今日のところはダウン寸前。
晩飯も俺の金で食ったし、お前はもう寝てろよ。
そうする。じゃあマリーちゃん、私の部屋行こう。私は。
悪いけど俺は少しマリーと話がある。
話って何よ？
彼女の処遇このままにするわけにはいかないだろう。明日の学校もあるし、なんとかしなきゃいけないんだよ。お前はそんな状態だし、俺が話を聞いとくよ。なんだよその目は。
別になんかどうも二人にするのが心配だなって。
あのな。
I sort of wanted to reassure her, but despite her misgivings being off the mark, she was not completely wrong to doubt us. After all, I was going to do things that would no doubt just worry her.
やっぱり私も同席しようかな。かすみ、無理しない方がいいよ。でもさ、マリーちゃんこいつのこと信用できるの？可愛いのは顔だけで、少年は喧嘩上等のチンピラなのよ。
それはお前だ。
私可愛い？
そこじゃねえよ。とにかく妙な心配するなっての。俺がマリーに何かしてもお前は隣の部屋にいるんだからすぐ気づくだろ。
そうだけどさ。ねえマリーちゃん、本当に私いなくて平気？はい、レンはいい人。わかった。どうも私この子の笑顔に弱いみたい。じゃあレン、あとは任せたからお願いね。
あ、お前はゆっくり寝てろ。それから。
はいはい、もう壁の穴は使わないって。鍵開けとくから、マリーちゃんは話が済み次第私の部屋に来るんだよ。
And with that, Kasumi returned to her own room. Okay, now we just had to...
どうしたのレン？
ああ、悪いけど30分くらい何か適当なことを話そう。どうせかすみが壁に耳を押し付けたりしてるだろうから。
Marie had no idea why I insisted on that, but she went along with it, and about 30 minutes later,
ごめんな、かすみ。
I muttered a name in a low tone, reflecting back on what could very well end up being the final laid-back day in my life.
俺は楽しかったけど、マリーはどうだった？
楽しかったよ。レンと同じ。
そう。
Good. Even if it might have been a hypocritical farce, if she had fun, it was worth taking the risk. I was glad to have been able to talk to Marie like this before all hell broke loose. Half an hour later, once I confirmed that Kasumi was asleep, I headed outside with Marie. I told Kasumi we'd be going to school tomorrow, but I no longer had any will to attend classes. Next time I ran to Sakurai or Uzulka, the war would be on. I'd defeat those two as soon as possible, preferably tonight. I had to remove the virus tainting our school before any harm befell Kasumi, Himuro, or any of the other students. And to do that,
マリー、俺に協力してくれ。
I needed her curse.
どこまで理解してるのか知らないけど、倒さないといけない奴らがいる。だからもう一度、今度は面と向かって答えてくれ。君は。
私はレンの言うことなら何でも聞くよ。カリオストロもそうしろって言ったし。
そいつのことはどうでもいい。俺はマリーの意志が聞きたい。誰かに言われたとかそんなんじゃなくて、これは。
Concern the killing of other people. Even if it felt about as natural as breathing to her, to have Marie claim all those lives without truly understanding what the act itself entailed would be.
昔のまま変わんないだろ。
The girl born under a cursed star, driven by her parents' deaths, she continued to be held all who touched her, and was ultimately executed as a heretic. Due to her curse, she remained alive even after death, and here she was now, being forced to participate in this messed up game. Marie's status as an instrument of decapitation far eclipsed her human qualities, and with her undeveloped emotional landscape, I couldn't tell if she was capable of experiencing negative feelings at all. As a result, she wouldn't be particularly moved by the deaths of others. So if I were to keep treating her as a weapon, that would absolve her of any sin. Maybe that could be considered a kindness of sorts. In fact, that was how I initially thought about this.
今日一日遊んで気が変わったよ。まあこのままじゃ何も変わんないだろう。うまく言えないけど、なんていうか。
I didn't want her to be a puppet dancing to Mercurius's tune. I wanted to teach her what it meant to be human. To be someone who could think and decide for themselves. Someone more than a tool.
私、レンの言ってることがよくわからないけど、レンは私がいるんでしょ？だったらそれでいいじゃない。
人を殺すんだぞ。俺と共犯になれって言ってるんだぞ。
それが
何って。
私はそれしかできないよ。レンの言うことはわからない。
マリー。
Then what was I supposed to say? Our pact was sealed during that battle with Speen, but now that I'd come to know her past, I felt reluctant to let things end this way. And by saying she'd do anything, did she mean...
俺がかすみを殺せって言ったら殺すのか？
かすみを？
ああ、どうなんだよ。
I had a faint hope that she'd give me a simple reaction. Kasumi liked Marie, and the feeling appeared to be mutual.
レンがそう言うなら、私は別に。
But in the end, that amounted to nothing more than the wishful thinking of a naive idiot. That fact dealt a real blow to me.
変なレン、どうしてそんな顔してるの？今日、レンは楽しかったんだよね。私もレンと話せて楽しかったよ。これからもずっと一緒。カリオストロと話すのも楽しかったけど、レンと話すのも楽しい。
Marie ran her fingers along my cheek. The cold sensation of her hand made me want to scream. Was she truly beyond saving? Was her smile today no more than a result of me being there? I recalled what Sakurai once told me. It's been around for 10 times as long as you and devoured hundreds, if not thousands of souls. It's not something that can be opposed by the moral of someone who's been around for less than 20 years. If my words alone could save her, she probably wouldn't have been this unusual to begin with. The curse ran deep. An aberration who sent Mercurius to his knees in awe. It was naive of me to think I could change anything, but still.
私はレンを助けるよ。カリオストロから聞いているし、これから何をするかも分かってる。だからそんな顔しないで。私、とても嬉しいの。レンの役に立てるなんて、嬉しすぎて夢みたい。カリオストロの友達の、そのまた友達を切るんだよね。心配しないで。私と一緒なら、レンは絶対に負けないから。
The most wretched and most beautiful soul ever birthed by mankind. So I could basically surpass all those bastards with her help alone. Then what purpose was there in using Kasumi to gather those souls? There was still so much I didn't know. On top of that, Marie hadn't changed at all. Not since that day at the gallows, where she claimed to forever remain there. She had stayed in place all this time, never taking a single step forward. That might have been ideal for me in a sense. She would only repeat the sole action of decapitation over and over again. But I...
レンは私がいるんだよね。
If she was going to endlessly repeat something, I at least wished it to be something fun. And I wanted to open Marie's eyes to that. She never asked for any of this, and instead accepted the hand she'd been dealt because she didn't know any better. If I could teach her one thing, it would be to treasure experiences like the one we'd had today.
私とレンは似てるってカリオストロが言ってたよ。でも私とカリオストロは似てないの。そしてレンとカリオストロはよく似てるの。もうシェリ、私はあなたのものよ。だからいらないなんて言わないで。わからないことを言わないで。オーディエトアモー。あなたを憎み愛します。どうか。
Marie produced a gentle smile, as if urging me to raise the curtains of Grand Guignol. Unlike last night's vow, I was on the receiving end of this one.
カリオストロのオペラが見たい。私とレンが主賓で主演だって言ってたから。きっとそれは楽しいよ。
No, the opera Mercurius spoke of was a battle, a vicious battle royale between me and those bastards. But
レン？
it was too late for me to back out, so sticking with her through it till the end was probably my only choice. I had no time for any more side trips. All I could hope was that Marie would change despite all the battles we'd fight.
わかった。でも俺は諦めてないからな。
I would eventually liberate this girl from her curse. If not now, then one day.
マリーが同意してくれるんなら今のところはそれでいい。焦ったこと言って悪かった。
どうして謝るの？
だからそれはいいって。骨が折れそうだけどこうして話もできるんだし気長に行くさ。
またわからないことを言い出してる。本当に変なレン。でもよかった。いらないって言われたらどうしようかと思ってたから。
It only just hit me that Marie was talking a bit less formally than she had been up until now. For now, it wasn't that big of a change, but if I could keep on causing ripple after ripple. With that thought in mind, I took Marie's hand in mine. I would no longer hesitate.
だからまあなんか月並みだけどよろしくな。
はい。
Right at that moment.
話は終わった？あ、ごめん。驚かせちゃった？私はエリーでいいっていうか他の呼び方してほしくないんだけど。まあ二度目まして藤井蓮くん。私のこと覚えてる？
お前。
As I was wondering how long this girl had been here, she flashed us a cheeky grin. I could have sworn I'd seen her somewhere.
覚えててくれたんだね。ありがとう。 おかげで滑った登場しなくて済んだみたい。でもあれだね。今日一日、ずーっと気張ってたレン君が、さっきは本当に抜けてたね。私に気づかないほど大事な話をしてたわけかな。レン、誰
I couldn't explain it very well, just that she was someone I'd met once before, albeit briefly. But from the way she talked, I could conclude that the one who'd been tailing me all day was likely her.
お前誰だよ。なんで俺を。
知ってるのかって？敵の敵は味方かもって論理でこっちは動いてるんだけど、なんか思ったよりまともなリアクションするんだね。どうしようかな。
The woman gave me a teasing look as she made a self-important pause. The look in her eyes remained both suggestive and provocative, like she was constantly amused. It bore surprising resemblance to his.
シローがあんたに会いたがってる。顔貸してよ、殺人犯。
I couldn't decide if I should have been glad, exasperated, or annoyed, but it seemed like I wasn't able to completely cut ties with a certain idiot after all. Nine lances, 2 swastikas. Chapter 5, Holiday, End.
K は変わらんな、生産杯。